The thing that's holding you back right now is the thing that's actually pointing you in the direction of transformation. It's time to stop playing small. It's time to stop shrinking yourself. It's time to actually step into your highest or fullest potential. Because things like fear, things like self doubt, worrying, anxiety, depression, constantly talking down on yourself, all of those things can't live without you. And if all of those things can't live without you, then that means that all of the things that you want for yourself, all of the things that you've been desiring in your life, all of the things that you've been talking yourself out of for whatever reason, they also can't live without you. And what that actually means is that if you're constantly focusing on all of the things that you don't want, if you are constantly letting fear get in the way, or doubt get in the way, or worry get in the way, and that's what keeps showing up for you, then it's no wonder it keeps showing up for you, because that is what you are focused on. Whatever you pay attention to is what you're always going to receive. If you were to flip that, if you were to actually pay attention to the things that you do want for yourself, if you were to let fear go and step into your full confidence, your full potential, if you were to allow yourself to not worry about all the bad things that could possibly go wrong and instead start focusing on all of the things that could actually go right, then the only thing left is for those things to actually materialize for you in your life. And I've said this once, but I'm going to say it again, because you can't be a fan in your own life. Because if you're a fan looking up on the stage at everything that you want, how are you supposed to get it? That is not the way life works, and that's exactly why you stay stuck in the same loop, stay stuck experiencing the same things day in and day out that you don't like, because you're focusing your attention and you're begging for things that should be begging for you. And I know that sounds a little bit strange, but really think about that concept, because life is about receiving. It is about experiencing things. It's not about going out and struggling, trying to figure out, okay, why is this happening? What do I have to do to make it better? When you sit in stillness, be still and know, that is when you are in receiving mode, to receive opportunities, to receive experiences, to receive those intuitive nudges that set you on the path to where you actually want to go. Think about times where you have constantly tried to force things to happen, where you set up a master plan, you're being really strategic about it, and no matter what strategy you use, no matter how amazing your plan is, it seems like nothing you do seems to work. It seems like you're doing all the right things, but nothing is working. It's because you are still being a fan. You are saying, gimme, 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 I need this. I don't have it. How do I get it? What do I have to do? Hello, I'm your biggest fan right here. Please pay attention to me. Wherever you put your attention, and however you are able to expand your conscious awareness, that is what draws in the right things into your life that lead you to expansion, that lead you to transformation, that lead you to the things that you actually want in life. But you're not going to get there, or it's going to feel harder to get there, if you're constantly focused on the wrong thing. And trust me, I know this goes against logic. I know this goes against everything that we have been conditioned to understand, to know, and to believe. But when you truly operate from a knowing that you can have, do, and be anything that you want, that that is your operant power, that that is your God-given gift, that is what you were born with, and that is your authenticity, that is when you start to experience the changes in your life, because you are no longer playing small. You are no longer standing in your own way. In fact, now you are giving yourself permission to have the things that you want, to finally step into the version of you that you've always wanted to become. Instead of looking for permission from the outside world, saying, hey, life, am I good enough for this yet? Hey, life, I've been a really good person lately. Can you throw me a bone? Hey, life, I've been doing all of these things right. Do you think that I could finally get what I've been desiring yet, please? No, that's not how it works. The universe always listens to you, yes, but when you are begging for things, when you are desperate for things, when you are not the person who has the things that you want, the universe doesn't care. The universe isn't going to be like, oh, look, they're trying so hard. Here, let me give them just like this little sliver. Because even if the universe were to give you a little sliver of something because you're trying hard and you're putting in the effort, it's going to take it right back away when you you do not feel like you deserve it. So if you feel like you've been holding back on something lately, if you feel like you've been wanting to expand your career, you've been wanting to apply to a new position, brand new career in general, you've been wanting to start a business, go out and do it. Stop shrinking yourself. Stop telling yourself that you can't do it because of XYZ. Stop shrinking yourself because you're trying to compare yourself to other people. Life is not about comparing yourself to anyone or anything outside of you. Life is about continuously growing as an individual and becoming better than who you were yesterday. That is what life is. You want to call love into your life? What are the things that you tell yourself about love? Do you feel like you're not worthy of love? Do you feel like every time you get into a relationship or you just start talking to someone that they start acting weird, or that they're too good enough for you, or that you're not good enough for them, or that things are going to start to go south eventually, or that they're just going to up and ghost you, or that they're going to treat you bad? What are you telling yourself? Because what you tell yourself matters, because that is the identity that you operate from. And when you operate from that identity, any identity, that is going to influence and shape how you behave. So how do you behave in that relationship when you feel like you're not good enough for it, when you feel like you're not worthy and deserving enough for it? You're going to start sabotaging it. Either you're going to start sabotaging it, or the other person is just going to reflect back exactly what you know to be true about yourself. They're going to end up ghosting you. They're going to end up being a really crappy person to you. You're going to end up sabotaging and being like, you know what, I'm actually too busy for this relationship. I'm sorry. But deep down inside, it's hurting you, because you're like, no, I'm actually not that busy for it. I just made myself busy because I'm too scared to get hurt. It's easier for me to be busy with work instead of, being with this person that I actually really want to be with, but I'm not going to be with them because I am too scared. Maybe you've just been wanting to level up your life in general. Maybe you feel like you do the same routine day in and day out, and you're trying to add some little spice, some little flavor into your life. Do it. What are you waiting for? See, at one point in my life, I didn't even know what I liked to do. I didn't even know what my hobbies were. I didn't know anything about myself because I neglected myself, basically. I didn't know anything about myself. So when I would meet new people, they would be like, oh, tell me about yourself. What do you like to do for fun? I don't know. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I like to do for fun. And I feel like that's a trap that a lot of people fall into, is that they've neglected themselves so much that when they want to better themselves or their life in general, they don't even know where to start because they don't even know themselves. But just push yourself every single day to try something new. It doesn't even have to make sense. And that's the other thing that's important here, is that when you're trying to transform your life, to experience new things, things don't have to make sense. For example, last year I remember I was like, you know what? I can't paint, I can't draw, I'm not very artistic. I am creative, but I'm not artistic. And something kept telling me to paint. So I bought paints, I bought canvas, and I painted. It wasn't very good, I'll be honest, but just painting alone felt so peaceful. It felt so relaxing. So when you're trying to create changes in your life, or a new routine, or figure out what your hobbies are, just try anything. And like I said, it does not have to make sense. Just go out and do it. My point is, with all of this, is that stop holding back. Stop making excuses. Stop asking or looking on the outside of yourself for permission to do something, to be someone, to have something. Because the only time you're ever going to get something is if you give yourself the permission to have it. Nothing outside of you and no one outside of you is ever going to give you that permission except for you. So what is it that you want in your life? Do you want to experience miracles? Do you want to experience something different? Do you want to experience that dream job, that dream career? Do you want to experience making a certain amount every single year? Do you want to experience the love of your life? Do you want to experience abundance? Do you want to experience joy? What is it that you want to experience, baby? Because whatever it is, you can have it. You just have to give yourself the permission to have it. Starting today. Starting today, go out and do something that you wouldn't otherwise do, no matter how big or small. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe it's reading 5 pages from a book. Maybe it's calling up someone that you haven't spoken to in a long time, just so you can chat with someone. Something that I found that has helped me is, one thing that I do when I wake up every single morning, instead of rolling over and looking at my phone, when my alarm goes off, I tell myself today is going to be the best day ever. The best opportunities are always falling right into my lap. Miracles fall into my lap every single day, and everything that takes place in my life life is always the best case scenario. I set the intention for the day. And throughout my day, I try to pause and take a look at all of the little miracles that did happen throughout my day. No matter how big or small they are, no matter if it was I got front row parking or, someone said hi to me on my walk or whatever it is, because all of those little things are miracles. And when you look at them as such, they start to add up and build momentum for the other miracles that you're trying to call into your life. Because when you constantly expect miracles every single day and you acknowledge those miracles or those opportunities or whatever it is, that sends signals to your brain to say, hey, this person always expects miracles. That is who they are. That's how they operate or who they operate from. So let's continue showing them more miracles. Remember that anything that you want in life is possible for you the moment that you decide it's possible for you. You can have, do, and be whatever you want. So what is it that you want? Let me know in the comments. I love you so much. I will see you next time.